Name Gene. Name me your top 5 husbands of all time.
Charlie.
Hell yeah, Charlie. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Multicasking. I'm Charlie.
I'm Gene.
I'm one of our top 5 husbands. So,
Yay.
we have been challenged by Matt and Rose from Whiskey Nerd way across the pond in Dublin.
I'm going to challenge Gene and Charlie from Multicasking because they're also another husband and wife duo who review whiskey. So I would really like their perspective, see what the both of them can kind of come up with, if there's any, separate whiskeys, if they agree on them all. So you're on this one too.
Yeah, so I'd like to see your videos.
And to partake in the ADHD's You Can Only Have 5 challenge.
So I started thinking, what if I could only keep a certain amount of bottles? What if I had to get rid of some of this stuff? What if I had to get rid of all of it? What if I could only keep 5 bottles?
Yes.
What
right.
5 whiskeys, Gene, in our collection? The house is on fire, you can only keep 5. What are you going to rush to get? We're moving out of town, you can only take 5. What do you keep out of our collection? We have about 500 bottles. We have a little over 500 bottles of whiskey. So we have a decent collection, nothing grandiose, nothing extreme, but kind of decent.
Mm-hmm.
What, Gene, is your number 1 whiskey you're going to take with you?
Well,
or number
first,
5 even, whichever one you want.
curses for you, for me, only being able to take 5 bottles of
That's
my
the challenge.
beloved whiskey.
That's the challenge.
And the only way that would ever happen is if the house is on fire and I can only carry 5 bottles in one hand and like kids in the other. I mean, like stuff the kids here and then bottles here, and maybe I could just only fit 5.
Let me tell Gene, I don't want to tell you where you're wrong, but let me tell you where you're not as correct. If the house is on fire, I'm not taking liquid flammables with me as I'm running through flames. I'm probably just going to leave them. I'm like, you know what? That's unfortunate. Luckily, we have insurance.
No.
Well, so you're moving across the country. You can only take 5 bottles, Gene. What are you taking with you? What's one?
Well, the
you're gonna take
first
with
one that I'm going to grab then is my 2018 Macallan Classic Cut.
Your 2018 mount. Now part of this challenge is you want something that's kind of mostly full. You want something that's either really good or maybe some nostalgia. Why 2018
Well,
Macallan?
it's my favorite of the classic cuts.
Okay.
And you can't really find them anymore. You can't get a hold of classic cuts
Hard to get.
easily. So, 2018 Macallan Classic Cut. And you?
My first bottle I'm going to take is Bardstown Distillery Collection number 1. So this is Fusion Series number 1, but with a twist.
Right.
2 things. This is a bottle. Gene and I were invited by Adam from Rabbit Hole Distillery to come down and film. We'll leave a link to that if you'd like to see it. And so we're down there. We're gonna take the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. 15 distilleries, 5 days, brought back 53 bottles. This bad boy right here, you can see it's never been opened.
Right.
I filled this bottle myself.
Yes, I took video of it.
Yep, we got video of it. This is Fusion Series number 1, but wait, this more. Every year since then, they have aged this in a different barrel. This has been in 5 different barrels. There's a very limited supply of this. This was the first bottle I've ever bottled myself, and it was asked to bottle by the distillery from Bardstown. So this has a special meaning to me.
Okay. All right.
What is your next bottle, Gene?
Well, so I've grabbed my 2018.
Yep.
Next,
Dusty.
as flames are going, I'm going to frantically look for my number 2, which is the Macallan Classic 2020.
So, okay.
2020 is my second best one that I want. And again, I can't replace it very easily. It's hard to find.
Gene, do you like Macallan?
I like the Macallan Classic Cuts, I do.
Is that your favorite whiskey, the Macallan Classic? Is your favorite line of whiskey, rather?
2018 is my favorite.
Okay.
2020 is my second favorite.
So for me, we're gonna stay on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We're going to Lux Row.
Ooh, Lux Row, it's a good one.
This is the Lux Row Distillers limited edition. This is distilled 2007. This is a 12-year-old. I love this 3-pound cork.
It's a nice one.
Brass cork.
Yes.
It's huge. It's thick. This to me has all the cinnamons, all the caramels,
I
all
like
the
your selection.
bourbon notes that you want. And this to me is a special occasion dram. You can't get it unless you're at the distillery. It's hard to find even if you're there. I love everything about this one. This is my number 2 that I would take of our collection.
Okay.
Gene, what is your number 3 in your favorite whiskeys to take? We're moving, we're going cross country.
It's going to be the 2019 Macallan Classic Cut. So this is my 3rd favorite Macallan Classic Cut. It's the 2019. And I don't know if you can find it anymore. So I'm going to go with the 2019 Macallan Classic Cut as my number 3 most coveted whiskey.
Gene, I don't mean to tell us out of school here, but how do I know? How do they know there's even any whiskey in here? Maybe these are just boxes. Why, are you just taking the boxes there, Gene? I don't know if there's a whiskey in here.
So the 2019 was the first one that I got, so it's a little less full as the rest of them are. That one's got some, cause like I said.
2018, okay.
And these are that's the 20.
Okay, yeah, maybe let's take these out of the boxes.
Take them out, okay.
I'm gonna take these out of the boxes.
I'm gonna take them out.
Okay. All right. So you can tell here from the back that now you say this is your favorite, but it's the least gone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have backups of these or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course I
Okay. For my number 3 here, Gene. You know what I'm going to do here, Gene? Is I'm going to go with a new addition.
Oh, the Grayson.
The Iron Root Grayson.
Iron Root Grayson, okay.
It's Iron Root is one of 3 distilleries. It's Iron Root, it's 5 Points Distilling, and it is Balcones. All in here. It is Texas's first black-owned distillery.
What does that mean?
Well, the gentleman who one of the owners is a black gentleman, African American.
That's the first one?
Yeah, apparently it's the first one. I don't know. But this, if you haven't watched this review, why have you watched this review? This right here, I'm not going to spoil it for you because I think it's worth watching. Gets a special rating at the end. And this, I'm just going to tell you right now. This is right here is in my top 5 of whiskeys I've had in 2022 so far.
Okay.
It is a phenomenal, has everything Texas. If you like Texas, if you're like, hey, what does Texas taste like? This is what Texas tastes like. Love everything about that.
Yep.
Texas is the word. Gene, what's your number 4?
Oh, my number 4 then.
Oh, good Lord.
It's going to be the Macallan Classic Cut 2021. I've not been able to find it anywhere.
I found it right there. Pretty easily.
I found one bottle and I can't find it again. 2021.
No, do you have the 2022 yet?
I don't.
I think
I can't find the 2022 and I can't find the 2017. 18, 19, 20, 21.
I wonder if there is going to be 22 because normally Macallan only does series in 5s.
Right.
So they may not be in 2022. I don't know. I haven't heard that. Okay, so my number 4 is at one point in time, this is the Garrison Brothers Gray Label Barrel Proof.
Yes.
I've only ever found this one time. We were at a total in Texas and I happened to stumble across this. This at the time, I was a good friend of mine, known him for 20 years, Bart of the Scotch Test Dummies. I was on the phone. I'm like, hey, I'm in Texas. I'm at Total Wine. What do you want? He said, do they have the Garrison Brothers Grey Tops? I said, they do. He said, look at the ABVs on the bottle. I said, why? He said, they'll all be different. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you're right. So this is a 69.69 proof, or ABV rather. Bart has a brother bottle of this, has the exact same juice, exact same ABV. But this, at that point in time, was the most expensive bottle we owned several years back.
That's true.
$150 I paid for this. It's worth every dollar. It's one of my top 5 whiskeys that I own, just for flavor alone. Take sentimental, take nostalgia out of it. But yes, Gene.
Yes.
What is your number 5 whiskey? We're moving across country. You can only take 5 from our distillery.
So we know I don't have any other classic cuts, right? So my number 5 then it's gonna have to be the Macallan Harmony.
This is that's their inaugural, the brand new Harmony that just came out.
It's so chocolatey. Why am I taking it? Because it's so chocolatey and it's Macallan and I love it, and that's
Well, Gene, when we started this, I was thinking, okay, I see a theme going here, but you know what, Gene? You know what? You know why this is wrong?
Why is that wrong?
My number 5 whiskey is the Macallan Green Label number 4 in the Edition series. This right here, this bottle right now, if you buy it, it's going for about $3,000. We bought it for $100, and it is what brought me into the Macallan fold.
Right.
We have
right.
actually there's 6 editions of this. I lied. There's 6 editions of this. We have 3
of them
through 6. We don't have 1 or 2. So we got Texas, Kentucky, and Scotland. And then you only have Scotland. So thank you to Matt and Rose from the Whiskey Nerd. Check them out.
Guess what though? If our house is on fire, we get 10 bottles that were taken because I took my 5 and I get his 5 because he died in the fire. So that's good for me.
You realize, Gene, and I don't mean to again tell tales out of school. I said fire at the beginning of this just off the cuff, just like what if.
Yeah.
The challenge is you're moving and you can only take 5.
Well, then I would divorce you if you were to put
No, you
that
won't.
in
too
front
awesome.
of my face saying, oh, you can only take 5 whiskeys. We're moving. And I'll be like, you're moving. You take 5.
So, Gene, here's what I'm gonna say. Let's challenge some folks here. What about a little John and Lindsay from
Ooh.
Truth and Proofs and a little bit of Firewater Reviews? What about John and Lindsay?
Yes. Lindsay, I want to see what 5 you take.
Ooh.
John, what 5 are you taking?
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna say John is gonna have a bourbon and not all Scotch.
I can guarantee that they won't have Macallan in their lineup.
I can't guarantee that.
They don't like the sulfur Macallan.
I don't.
We sent him a Macallan once.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, for the challenge? I wonder if it was one of these. Anyway, shout out to Rose and Matt. Thank you, and Lindsay and John. Curious. Gonna very excited to see what you guys pick for your top 5 ADHD whiskey. You can only keep 5 challenge. Anything to add, Gene?
Nothing else to add.
You don't have like a 6th Macallan you want to throw out here, or 7th?
If I did, I certainly would do it, but no, sadly.
Okay, I'm Charlie.
I'm Jean, and we hope you are just as thirsty as we are. I have nothing to clink.
Clink.
So I'm all confused.
Clink. Oh yeah, Macallan clink.